Round 24 continues from Parramatta Stadium. The Eels play host to the Sharks, and this is how the two sides will take the field. The home side welcome back into the starting lineup. Their captain and enforcer in the front row, Nathan Kalis, as well as 5'8" Adam Dykes. Both have had a nightmare season with injury, and it's good to see those two key players back in the side. They are coached by Brian Smith. The visiting Cronulla outfit, still no Brett Camorley, still no Jason Stevens. Much of the emphasis on David Peachey at fullback and Michael Sullivan in jersey number 7. Again, big things expected. A very inexperienced bench, and they're coached by Chris Anderson. Parramatta will run. Left to right for the opening 40 minutes. Our referee for this contest in his first Parramatta Cronulla encounter is Shane Hayne, his 56th first grade appointment.
At least to stop raining.
We are underway here at Parramatta Stadium. Round 24 action between the Sharks and the Eels. And Nathan Kalis in his first game back in the starting side. Enthusiastic to get the ball in hand. Met by an equally enthusiastic Cronulla defensive line. Tackled on the 30-metre line. This is Adam Peake, the former Canterbury Bulldog. Has certainly found a home through improved performances at Parramatta. Hindmarsh, the centre of the rough.
Movement there. Held it.
They look to the left-hand side. Adam Dykes, a long looping left foot downfield. It's taken well by Jared Anderson, who himself has found some good form in recent weeks.
Yeah, that's one part of their game, their kicking game. That Parramatta fell down last week against the Storm at Olympic Park. Adam Dykes, Michael Witt, the wet, slippery conditions kicking game will be vital. They'll have to be on song tonight.
That is one of the bonuses of this Parramatta outfit. John Morris, Michael Witt and Adam Dykes, all more than capable with the football in hand or on the boot. The Sharks through Sullivan. The left knee take nicely finds Gallen. Plenty of attention paid to him right on halfway. This is the final tackle option. Sullivan finding ground. A good chasing team from the Sharks, applying the pressure to Matt Peterson, who was afforded very few metres before he is tackled by both Peachey and the number 11, Danny Nutley.
That's one of the highlights really for the Cronulla side in last week's game against the Dragons was their kick chase. And led especially on that right-hand side. Phil Bailey getting up very, very quickly. And Parramatta now just around about 35 metres off their own try line, and this will be a penalty. Nathan Kalis not getting up to play the ball properly, and correct decision there given by the referee.
Referee Shane Hayne asserting his authority early, and this is exactly why. And it's been an area, Greg, that has been policed very strictly over the course of the season.
Yeah, look, one of those penalties that could have gone either way, I thought. Then the Cronulla player had his hand on the back of Nathan Kalis' neck and certainly helped him hit the ground. So, yeah, a tough decision, but the referees, as you said, have been policing it strongly.
The first genuine attacking opportunity of the match goes to the visitors. This is Chris Beattie from the restart of play. Tackled 5 metres out. Dean Bosnich from acting half. Arguably the biggest number 9 in the game. Peachey, Sullivan, looking to take it wide. An inside ball to Gallen. Good angles from the second rower. They are 6 metres out. The Parramatta line working well, working as one. Roy Friend with his first possession of this encounter. Sullivan, boot to ball. Peterson is there and waits very patiently, shepherding the ball and shadowing the ball over the dead in goal. Michael Sullivan led the chasing team. Very well weighted kick. A lot of patience shown by the wing three-quarter too.
Yeah, he waited to the last second and let the ball just go to the edge of the green there. But I tell you what, Michael Sullivan started this game very, very well. There's a lost ball here by Jamie Lyon.
Scrumming here, guys. You were tackled. You've lost the ball after I've called held. No, it doesn't matter. They've come up with the ball. In there. Yeah.
And just Jamie Lyon here going to the line, getting down nice and low. Looking for a quick play ball, comes up with a drop ball. Bailey jumps on it. The referee's got it under control.
Cronulla have enjoyed the majority of time with the football in the opening exchanges.
Wait here.
This is their second chance at the line. Again, they head the open side. There'll be no sidestep from that man, Chris Beattie, straight down the centre. Tackled 20 metres out. Midfield, they go to Sullivan on the right. A promotion of just a few metres. Midway through the count, Sullivan again directing the traffic well. This is Friend. Parramatta defence certainly hasn't emulated the feats it had achieved in 2001. This 2003 class far different. They are holding well here. A knock on by Gallen. The scraps are picked up by Jason Moody. And the pressure is relieved from the Parramatta Eels.
Yeah, Michael Sullivan showed the ball on the inside and created space outside for Paul Gallen there. Just the execution of the pass didn't find Gallen.
Very much a safety first set.
10 metres, Paul. Paul, yes, you're half a metre in front. Go.
Exactly what Parramatta needed, Gary Freeman. They had struggled because of poor ball security to get out of their area. The noise of that whistle, a welcomed one.
Well, the coach would have been happy with the penalty. And I must say that in Parramatta, they're playing the ball a little bit quicker now than the Cronulla side, which is putting the Cronulla defence under all sorts of pressure because they cannot get back in time.
John Morris back to acting half, and the ball has been called forward to Hindmarsh. The call coming in from the touch judge there, Paul Holland and Michael Jones, the two men assisting from the side.
Yeah, look, gee, I thought that was a tough one.
He was right on the mark, wasn't he, Brandy, though? I agree with you. It was a bit of a tough one, but it was given.
There's the Cronulla bench, a youthful Cronulla bench. Newton, Galloway, Dumas and Williams. Two 20-year-olds, two 17-year-olds. In fact, Galloway and Williams both still school kids, hoping that the story on Monday in periods 1 and 2 is a positive one in the Shire.
Movement now, movement straight up. Don't. Wait, wait.
A narrow 10 is being held by Shane Hayne, I've noticed, over the first 7-odd minutes of this clash. Both defensive outfits up very quickly. Danny Nutley, as we've become to expect of him, rolling the sleeves up early. He will go like a bull at a gate in minute 1, and he maintains that same presence and that same enthusiasm and vigour towards the end of the match. Good kick from Sullivan. It ends up safely in the hands of Jason Moody. On the right wing for Parramatta, and it is a traditional midfield arm wrestle. One out stuff up the centre. Safety first football very much for these two sides.
Yeah, both teams pretty keen to kick on the fourth tackle. I think they probably should or could be taking that extra tackle just to get an extra 10 metres. Both been struggling to work their way out of their own end. That extra tackle wouldn't hurt.
Parramatta's completion rate just 2 of 5, 40%. This is Kalis.
And this is what Parramatta haven't done, and probably throughout the whole season 2003. Got to roll their sleeves up. They've got to get dirty. Got to get down nice and tough here with Cronulla. There's a big, nice bomb here. Plenty of pressure on Peachy.
They did test the fullback. It has been grounded in goal, but it is penalty Cronulla.
You weren't eyes with. Listen to me. Your eyes never focus on the ball. Your eyes on the player all the time. I watched it. No, you took the player out. Okay.
And Shane Hayne there saying that Peterson once again. He wasn't sighted looking at the ball. He's worried about the man. David Peachy was the man. He takes him out. And the referee was right on the spot once again.
Danny Nutley, the NRL's busiest player, statistically anyway. The #1 tackler in the game. This is Beattie. Very much playing a 3 front rower game. Paul play the ball.
No.
Probably see a lot of that tonight in these wet and slippery conditions.
Never went under your foot. Went out to the side.
Still trying to convince the referee played the ball properly.
No.
Yeah, once
Inside
the ball
leg
goes
back.
forward.
Come on, let's get it right. Go. Get it in. Kick your feet back. Out.
Inside Cronulla territory are the Parramatta Eels. Dykes. The inside man is Ashley Graham, the fullback for Parramatta. He's been a constant throughout the season. A hint of a knock on at acting half. Players allowed to continue. Kalis falls. Loses his footing. It is slippery here at Parramatta. They operate the short side. Morris. Second man ball to Jamie Lyon. He is wrapped up nicely by his opposing number.
Never back onside. You look at this guy. He's never onside. Made a tackle.
The advantage had been played.
Now.
Adam Peake looking to go one out towards the line. He will be denied. Driven backwards and slammed to the ground by Roy Friend, one of the 15 debutants so far this year. Witt at second receiver to Wagon. Violecki will prove hard to stop out wide.
Oh, that's a great tackle there by Sullivan, the little halfback. Bootlace tackle, great stuff. Now Parramatta go wide again with Kalis.
Centre field, 7 metres out. That is tackle number 3 for this Eels outfit. Dykes, looking for the inside man, decides to challenge the line himself. Taken by Beattie. Morris, long ball to the left-hand side. Witt with the grubber, well fielded at the back. The Sharks defuse the situation, and a little wrestle ensures.
Jared Anderson, I must say, getting himself in perfect position to cover up this kick by Michael Witt. Here he comes across from the pitch of right to left. Great work there by the winger.
Another repeat set for the Parramatta Eels, and the Sharks will be doing good if they can hold on for another set of 6 tackles.
Kalis very busy early. That hit up number 7 for the Parramatta captain. That's his front row partner, Peake. From acting half, this is Morris making easy metres up the centre. 34 metres in total in this set. Dykes, Hindmarsh operating left-hand side. 10 minutes into the contest, still 0-0. Parramatta looking to post first points. And this is their final play option. They will go to Witt on the near side. Puts the boot to ball. And at the back, Matthew Reek forced to play his hand.
Another well-weighted kick by Michael Witt.
Moody traps the ball awkwardly, but effectively. He crabs centre field. Perhaps wishes he didn't. He is met by Beattie and his front row partner, Roy Friend. This is Adam Peake. Very physical Cronulla pack. Kalis. 16 metres out, the Parramatta Eels. This their 3rd successive set at the line. They find Adam Peake. Tackle number 4, 10 metres out. The left-hand side is their option through Dykes. Boot to ball. Hindmarsh is there. Peachy forced to play it.
Sorry, mate. It's good work there by the Cronulla side, really in defence to hold them out, with Parramatta now resorting to just putting the kick in all the time. I think they're just going to be a little bit more creative, Andy, on the edge of the ruck. They've been targeting that left-hand side, their attack, and the defence on the right-hand side of Cronulla, but they've got to be a bit more creative with the ball in hand.
The 3rd dropout in just 5 minutes. Again, straight to Jason Moody. And in a repeat performance of the last set, he finds Adam Peake centre field. Kalis. Good metres from the front rower. Morris's service at acting half always good, so too his running. He finds Wagon. The inside man was Moody. He had a chance at the line. Perhaps the points were in his mind before the ball was in his hand.
Yeah, pass was there to be taken by Jason Moody. Daniel Wagon just beating a couple. It was down low, and in these wet and slippery conditions,
Let's have no striking for the ball until it's in, Pops, okay?
Hard on him. That was a tough one to
striking for the
take,
ball.
but,
Inside leg back.
Points were up
Go.
to grabs. Look, terrific defence by the Sharks there. 3 line dropouts in a row and held on. Parramatta come up with a mistake and let the Sharks off the hook.
Pleasing aspect of the Sharks game, no doubt, in the analysis of Chris Anderson. Parramatta had every opportunity to post points.
There's a couple of tied Cronulla forwards out there. I think Roy Friend will be looking to get a break very, very shortly, along with Chris Beattie. He's now trying to marshal his troops to keep going forward. They go and try and put the kick in. It's good defence here by Parramatta, staying up nice and tight.
Opting to keep the ball in hand. The Sharks looking to scatter this Parramatta defence. That's Jason Kent with the football. Final tackle play just on halfway. This is Sullivan again. He's been selective in his involvement. Early as Michael Sullivan, but his involvement has been good. He's been making the right options. Again, a very good territorial kick.
Well, I think that Parramatta decided in their defence they were coming up over the line very, very quickly to put pressure on Sullivan, the kicker. They knew he was going to kick on the fourth tackle.
Chris, you worked his legs over. Leave him where he is when he's finished the tackle, okay? You worked his legs over this way.
I think, as you said, Greg, they took one more and sort of took Parramatta by surprise because they started to run the ball.
Yeah, well, I think if you're looking at kicking on the fourth tackle, it should be just something that you throw in every now and then just to catch the other side, the defensive side, you know, off the mark. But not kicking fourth tackle all the time because it's easy to read. Parramatta knew that they were going to kick on the fourth.
It eliminates the element of surprise, which is why you're kicking on the fourth tackle anyway. Into Cronulla territory go the Parramatta Eels again. The 15-minute mark of this round 24 contest. Good tackle on Lee Hopkins. Again the short side. Inside ball to Jamie Lyon. The Sharks have opened up. Dykes is there. Has an air swing. Ashley Graham doesn't. An opportunity for Parramatta after repeat sets. Numbers on the left. This is Witt. Long ball. Intercept has been taken by Phil Bailey, who turns defence into attack very quickly. A missed opportunity for the Eels.
And a big missed opportunity. They should have scored in that corner. They had about a four-man overlap down that left-hand side once again. That's where they're promoting all the attack, Parramatta, and they haven't come up with points yet.
Looking at pushing a lot of that attack down the left-hand side. They have noted that where Michael Sullivan, the halfback, is defending.
That's a great kick.
It certainly is from Sullivan.
And talk about surprise. I reckon he's got a 40-20 here, without a doubt. Great call here by the touchy and the referee going to the touchy to say, is it a 40-20? Have a look at his kicks nice early is what Greg Alexander was saying. Perfectly positioned.
Third tackle option.
Oh, gee, I think the touchy was pretty generous. I thought we would be going to the video referee to have a look at that. At best, I thought it crossed the junction of the 20-metre line and the sideline.
Wait.
Crowd not happy about it either.
Ball in.
Well, where are we?
Out.
The third 40-20 of the year for the Sharks. Two of them to Brett Kamali. Mark Sullivan down for one. 10 metres out, how quickly the tempo turns. Peachy, second man ball, finds Gallen. The Eels searching high, and it has not paid off. Gallen has been dragged over the line, and the Sharks are in.
Mate, just check the grounding of that. See where there was momentum brought him across the line, mate.
I'll tell you what, the video referee is going to come up for this one here, Greg Alexander, and I must say that when I first saw this try, I think it was a try that he got dragged over the try line, so I don't think there'll be a problem. He did very well to get out of 2 or 3 tackles. Here he goes across. Oh, I don't think there'll be a problem. We may have a look on the angle from right to left. But those all came about from the 40-20 kick and by the touchy. Well, he's dragged across. That's not a problem.
First points to the Sharks. And to that man, Paul Gallen. And now we have to look back at that 40-20 kick from Michael Sullivan. And in fact, if it was a 40-20.
Oh, look, it was very close. Very, very close. And I thought he'd got it. I thought he would have gone to the video referee as we were talking about. Oh, look, I'll tell you what, that's close. But good work here by Paul Gallen, really, to get himself over. Like you said, Jamie Lyon come flying up out of the line. Then he has another go at him just here. Poor defence there by Witt, and Hopkins gets dragged over. But you've got to say, possession going all the way at Parramatta, 51%. And the opposition half, well, Cronulla, they've spent 62% in their own half.
Yeah,
so they've done it real tough. Sorry, Greg.
A lot of arm grabbing there from the Parramatta defence. Lee Hopkins, Michael Witt clutching at straws.
And it presents Jared Anderson with the first attempted goal for the evening. 40% last week against the Dragons with some difficult kicks. The ball will be difficult from the sideline tonight. He has struck it well, coming back a little but not enough.
Oh, yeah.
Former Queensland State of Origin representative, overlooked for duties this year in that maroon jersey. The interchange bench has been used by both coaches. Roy Friend getting an early break for the Sharks. Out of acting half again. This is Gallen, the try scorer. Peachy dummies, looks to go himself, and he is met in a strong tackle by Daniel Heckenberg over the top. He was secured by Hindmarsh down low, and their second option kicker on this occasion is Greg Bird. A friendly bounce from Matt Peterson, who is looking to keep an amazing run of tries intact. This is 13th game of the year and has scored 13 tries, so playing at 100% in relation to the 4-pointers. What has been a very productive year for the former Cowboy and West Australian. Wagon on the short side. Tackle number 4. Heckenberg straightens the point of the attack. 30 metres out, the final tackle option. They will go to Witt. In fact, they don't. It is to Dykes. Applying the pressure to Peachy. Forced to play at it with the Parramatta Eels. A collision of bodies. You could hear it in the far corner, and it will result in a 20-metre tap restart for the Sharks.
David Peachy showing all of his experience here. Just wait to the last minute. Peterson just got that left foot to it in the last minute. And lucky for David Peachy, the ball didn't end up in the end goal, because that would have been a 4-pointer. But Parramatta, once again, Greg, they have not been real constructive with the ball in their hands. It's one off the ruck, running a dummy half. If you want to score tries, you've got to start throwing the ball around. I know it's wet, but they've got a chance their arm.
Yeah, the side that we've had a pretty tight defensive line from both sides, and the side that's confident in using the ball will make the more metres and will score the tries. And a terrific kick again by the Cronulla Sharks, Michael Sullivan. That man finding touch only 3 metres out from the Parramatta line.
And it's one thing you don't like, is that you get sent back, you know, kick returns.
Scrum forms on the 10-metre. Let's go to sounds of the game.
Good. Not all the time. Righto, ball in. Out. That's one letting go. Phil Bailey, Floppy was already tackled, mate. Thanks, mate. Just keep going. Phil, you know better. Wait here. No, just wait. That's one. Let's have some movement. Chris Breen, keep working back. Good. 2, let him stand up. Straight away. Hold here. 3 now. Move it. Oh, we're right. Stand, mate. 10 metres. You're not going to listen. He's out there. He's talking to you.
Piggybacking penalties. Downfield from Shane Hayne. Ill-disciplined football from the Sharks, as the penalty count indicates. It is 5-2 in favour of the home side. This is Heckenberg looking to square the ledger. Short side. Too easy, John Morris. 4-all with Parramatta. The Sharks are being punished for their ill-disciplined play.
Hey, listen, if you can't hear, have a look. You're standing there.
Yeah, it's interesting. Once again, they'd be penalised on that left-hand side. They're saying that the touchy is calling them out, and the referee's saying, I'll have to penalise you if you don't get back your 10 metres. Once again, the quick play of the ball. That's what's caught them off guard. Good right foot step there by John Morris. He gets inside Gallant and Beattie and gets it over and gets Parramatta back into this game.
The Eels hit the lead on home turf. It is 6 points to 4 after 24 minutes. More interchanges made by Brian Smith. The Sharks' away record has not been a good one. In season 2003, they have only won on 2 occasions. The last one was round 16 versus North Queensland up there at Dairy Farmers. Tracy with his first possession of the evening. Pressure applied well to Adam Dykes. He was outside the 40. There's a kick with good depth from the 5/8. Matthew Reed wrapped up and dragged back by a confident Eels line. Short side they operate. Trying to avoid that condensed defence by going the short side. This is Gallen, met by Hindmarsh. Lyon is in there too. The Country Boys combining. Galloway, the 17-year-old school kid, and welcome to Parramatta. Sullivan. Another long kick from the number 7, and one would suggest when Brett Camorley returns to action, which perhaps may not be until 2004, Michael Sullivan will be a very handy man in that number 9 jersey.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, he's doing a handy job here tonight in the number 7 jersey. He put the kick in, he's raced 35 metres up the field and made the tackle at the same time. He's having an outstanding game so far, the little number 7. It's one thing about this Cronulla pack here, Greg, that they won't stop working. The young guys that he's got coming into the side, they will push out as much as possible. Bialecki nearly makes half a break.
No, the Cronulla pack are well known for their work ethic, and you throw Nutley and Gallen in, and then the young blokes, they'll add the enthusiasm that those more experienced players need.
Just creeping into touch.
Ball touch the line, eh?
And only just. A well-weighted kick from Parramatta again, applying the pressure to the Sharks.
Well, the kicking game from both sides has been good, and considering the conditions tonight, that's something that needs to be good from both teams. They're both kickers are finding the line, finding the ground, not making it easy for the fullback or the wingers, not picking them up on the full.
Danny Nutley on the sideline getting some running repairs onto that left ankle. It is a rarity that you'll see the tough Queenslander sitting on the bench in any game. Working their way once out, again out of the red zone. 13 minutes remain in this opening half. It hasn't been glamorous here at Parramatta. It has been very tradesmanlike. Bird looking to get the ball away. In fact, he does to Kent forward.
No way. If you had a pass it first time, no, you held the ball and it floated out there. If you had to let it go the first time, he overran the ball and he was in front of you.
That is a big call here. And just watch this. Oh, I thought that was fine. From the minute he let it go, remember that Shane Hayne was 10 metres in front of that pass, and the touch he'd already gone downfield too.
Yeah, good. Out.
Not the cleanest of scrums. Dykes onto Graham, looking to expose a weakness in the right-hand side Sharks defence. He can't. Bailey is there.
Phil pushed him over. You were not dominant in the tackle.
Frustration levels beginning to become evident with the Sharks as Parramatta continue to apply the pressure on home soil. They will start this count 18 metres away from the reward line. Heckenberg charging into the centre of the ruck, breaking the advantage line before being wrestled to the ground. Morris out of dummy half, looking for number 2. He is denied. Plenty of depth to Daniel Wagon. Further it goes to Dykes. Graham. Dummies one, brushes off the other. Good strong fend from the fullback. Dykes crabbing across field. The 15 is Steve Crouch. Tackled midfield. That is the 4th. Again they operate the left. Witt, boot to ball. The Eels are there in numbers. Matt Peterson has collected number 14 for the year.
Once again, the Parramatta side have really attacked down that left-hand side. Their attack on the defence of the Cronulla side on the right-hand side. They put the little kick in here. But Jared Aronson, the winger, he went to come up, he went to go back, and he actually falls over. Now they are checking to see whether Peterson has grounded this ball, and he is onside. And Jared Aronson, there he is, out on his lonesome on the far right. The little kick's put in, and he's just going to turn and chase, and he falls over. The onside's fine. There he is. He's just fallen there. Peterson gets through. Oh, I don't think he's got that ball down. That's
like
what sorry, Greg.
Looked like he tried. Oh, no, he's put it down. Yeah.
This will be a green light.
It is a try. The Eels second. And with just on 11 minutes remaining here at Parramatta Stadium, the score, Greg Alexander, a big 10-4.
Yeah, that's a score that, well, Parramatta would be happy with.
And he has struck this one nicely, coming back from the sideline in the rain. It is perfect from the youngster. Kicked 2 from 2 last week versus Melbourne in that annihilation. That was 50 points to 12. Crouch in 15, another player leaving Parramatta at season's end.
Well, it hasn't surprised me that Chris Anderson has gone for a change on that right-hand side in defence, and Michael Sullivan has gone from the left side out to the right side, outside Phil Bailey.
Tracy loves the hard stuff, working it out from their line. This is Heckenberg, who has been let go by the club to 2004 and beyond, to the surprise of many. This is Witt. Not an attacking kick. Nice territorial advantage, and again, off the right foot, and a good gain of meterage, all 38 of them.
Yeah, probably not the result he was looking for, but Michael Witt, we've praised him for his kicking tonight. Probably better in these conditions to keep the ball in play, make the defensive side work it off their line.
And in conditions like this, and I speak to 2 former halfbacks, both with fabulous kicking games, by kicking it deep and kicking it into a corner, in the slippery conditions, you're really forcing the fullback and or the winger to make a pretty desperate choice.
And you're just relying on them coming up with a mistake. You know, when you kick it out, it allows the defensive team time to regroup and time to set themselves for their set of 6.
Loss of ball.
Forward, hit the other player. No, Dave. No, hit the other player. That makes a knock on, mate. Sorry? No, or the other opposition, mate. Have he? Stay there, stay there.
The ascendancy in favour of Parramatta. This is Violecki looking to get round Bailey. He almost did. Peterson, the try scorer. On to Steve Crouch. He'll be tackled 12 metres out. In fact, driven back a couple more. The sting hasn't been lost by this Sharks defence. A little bit of mobility has. This is Hindmarsh. 56% of the possession to Parramatta. Jamie Lyon is in for Parramatta's third. And it was all too simple.
It comes on the back once again. Another penalty given by Shane Hayne on the far left-hand side. And they just can't keep putting them back. The Cronulla side around that ruck area. The quick play of the balls once again catches them napping. Jamie Lyon sights a little hole. Kent was offside the number 3 anyway. He was going to be penalised even if he hadn't scored the try. They would have got another set of 6 here. Very good work here by Jamie Lyon to see that they were slow out of the marker. They didn't reset and they come up with a try.
Yeah, it looks like a planned move from the Eels. Nathan Hindmarsh, Wiz, you mentioned the quick play of the ball. That was the key to it. Adam Dykes ducked out to the left. Switched it back to Jamie Lyon, who was standing very flat, but showed great acceleration. Jason Kent still struggling to get back on side. And Lyon too much speed, too much strength, and goes over for another Eels try, which takes the Eels to 16, the Sharks 4, with a kick to come from Michael Witt.
And the penalty count also going Parramatta's way. 6 penalties to Parrot, Cronulla's 2.
Witt from a difficult angle on the wrong side for a right foot kicker. He has that tendency for a little bit of left to right from the boot. Slips, but still gets it there. Watches it go over from the backside. But it's another 2 points to the Eels. It's 6 minutes remaining in this opening half. It's not looking good for the Sharks.
Well, it certainly isn't, especially if he's kicking them like this. Michael Witt, you see him fall over. Beautifully struck straight down the middle over the goalpost there. And I don't know what this is, but this might come up favourable here for the Cronulla side with
And
David
it certainly
Peacham.
has.
I didn't think it was even going to make the 10 metres.
Arguably the crookest looking
Kickoff
of all time. And again, in the slippery conditions, it has forced the Parramatta players to make a challenge for the football.
Stay down, please.
I think even by looking at that, David Peachey didn't really think it was even going to make it to the 10-metre mark.
Go.
They need to attack.
Out,
They need to promote the
it's
balls.
out, it's out, he kicked in, it's out.
That's a penalty. That is terrible. The referee should have penalised them for breaking too early.
It wasn't just the lockout of the scrum. The back rowers and half the front row had already dismissed the scrum before the football had been released. 30 metres out. The difference is 14 points, and Crouch has gone high.
Let it go. Let him go. Come here, Stu. Sorry? Go away. Who's? Daniel, you captain now? Mate, you've come from an angle in here, okay? Could have been here. Didn't see the actual contact because of the angle that I was coming from. Watch what you're doing. Place it on report. Okay, get him down. Good.
Well, the penalty is sufficient.
Penalty is sufficient. He's been placed on report. Quite simply, it was high. It wasn't a stiff arm, as traditionalists would call it, but it was high. You can't go there. As a result, a penalty to the Sharks, and they have a good field position, looking to strike back with 14 the difference in the minutes just before half-time. Good hands from Sullivan. On to Bailey. He is well tackled by Michael Witt, much smaller. Peachy. Asked Nutley to stretch for the football. He wasn't expecting it. In disgust, Nutley kicks it towards the Parramatta Leagues club. A very easy and poor turnover of possession for the Sharks in prime real estate.
Yeah, Sharks really needed to come up with something then with only just under 4.5 minutes to go. David Peachy asking too much then of Danny Nutley. That ball was there not to be taken in these conditions. You don't throw it in front of a second rower who's doing a mountain of work and ask him to catch it.
As we just saw there, Parramatta has had 6 more sets with the football than that of the Sharks, but they've controlled the football far better too. The completion rate for the Sharks is 11 from 19. You will not win a football game with that type of rate. Whip, boot to ball. Peterson is there. Violecki gets the bounce, and the Eels are in for another. They are dominating.
They certainly are. Parramatta out of that dummy half area once again. We had 3 men in the tackle. Cronulla. 3 men in the tackle. They all got up very, very slowly. 1, 2, 3. You can see them. And then Morris jumps out of dummy half. Just quick catch and pass, and then Witt goes through a big hole. Bailey stands off. He puts a little kick in, does Michael Witt. Bounces up beautifully here for Violecki. And once again, it's that play of the ball that has put Cronulla under all sorts of pressure.
They're very short down that left-hand side, down the right-hand side of the Sharks' defensive line. Phil Bailey caught infield again. Back-pedaling, as was Jared Anderson. No one there. Ball could have bounced up for either player.
I guess most Parramatta fans are asking, where was this performance last start? Hit it nicely. Coming around. He keeps it going, does Michael Witt. 4 tries, 4 conversions. The difference is 20. It's almost a regular occurrence now, isn't it? You see a side get absolutely belted by 40 points, Wiz. They come back the next week and reverse the trend.
The scary thing about the Sharks, they can come up with tries. They've done that over the last probably 3 to 4 weeks. Even though they get beaten at the end of the game, they can score 20 or 30 points. So, if I was Parramatta, I certainly wouldn't be going to sleep. But what is working here is this quick play of the ball. It's putting the Cronulla side under all sorts of pressure.
And the statistic for the Sharks, it has been a disappointing one. They have won only 1 match when trailing at half-time so far this year, and they have trailed on 11 occasions. This is Crouch. Second phase footy, not by design. Perhaps the poor option, safely in the hands of Bird. We have under a minute, and the punches are being thrown.
They go, stay out.
They are coming from everywhere.
Just walk away, Dave. Just go away. Go away. Time out, is it? Yep. Both sides go away. Go away. Go away. Just go away. Have a spell over there. Just have a spell over there. Just go there. Thanks, mate. Yep. Righto. What have you seen? Yeah.
Instigator.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he was there pulling the player off the player, which instigated the other bloke. Thanks, mate. Yep. Dave?
There's David. Oh, David Peachy cops a good one there.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if this goes against David Peachy, I reckon the video referee should come in. He comes to pull him off and bang. Darren Tracy and David Peachy. He is a man who does not throw punches. He does not get upset.
The tackle was made. Okay, Dave, you've come off to drag the player off. That doesn't. Listen to me. I'm not going to talk over the top, yeah? Okay, you've dragged the player off. All right, that's where the penalty would have went against you for that. But you've come in and thrown the first punch. Okay, so now the penalty's going against you for retaliated throwing a punch. Okay, and that's the end of the story. Let's go.
Penalty Sharks after all that. Darren Tracy ruled as the instigator.
Let me tell you, this game is going to be very, very physical with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Watch out, there is going to be fireworks.
No surprise that Danny Nutley puts his hand up to take the first shot at the Parramatta defence. This is Roy Friend. 10 seconds remain in the half. They won the fight, now they're looking to win the match. Hosting points. Peterson has got this easily covered. He bats it over the dead in goal line.
Yep.
As the siren sounds in the background, an option on the last tackle that didn't apply the pressure onto the Parramatta defence.
Take your point.
And at half-time, here it is, Parramatta 24, Cronulla 4. David Peachy accepting the football and finding Dale Newton. Some second phase footy by the Sharks. Perhaps the address from Chris Anderson was, keep the ball moving. Let's test this Parramatta line. Crouch a little high on Danny Nutley, who won't mind a bit the physical stuff. Back to the open side they go. They had an overlap, the Sharks, and were able to expose that. Working their way out of their own end. This is Bosnich, one of the true workhorses of this Cronulla outfit. Galloway getting more game time than he expected so early in his career. One of a group of youngsters that have been slowly brought through the system in the Sutherland Shire. Graham afforded a lot of metres by a slow-moving Cronulla chasing team. They did move up as one, but perhaps not with the enthusiasm or vigour that coach Chris Anderson would have liked.
It's one thing that Cronulla can't do in their defence is stand there and wait for Parramatta to run out a dummy half or run one off the ruck. If they start doing that, they'll get caught on the edges and they'll play that short passing game against Parramatta and put them under all sorts of pressure. Good run there by Tracy, nice and tough.
Goes to Danny. Danny, walk away. Danny, just walk away, mate. You pulled him out a second time. Walk away.
Nutley and Tracy exchanging pleasantries after the initial tackle.
I know, I'm just telling you.
This is exactly why.
Yeah, I don't know what went on in that tackle there, but Danny Nutley's certainly not happy.
Heckenberg charging into the line, got the right arm free, was looking for some support. Short side, horrible ball from John Morris. After just one tackle of the set, Morris finds the touch judge. The communication level's not there in the early moments for the Eels.
And there they are, once again, trying to isolate down that short side. And Dave Vilecki was the man that was supposed to get the ball. He was just probably a fraction too shallow.
Yep.
This is Bird, across field. Good, strong defence from opposing number Dykes. Vilecki is there too. Gain operating the short side. That is Jason Kent. Peachy at acting half. Not a lot in the interchanges. 9 and 8 left for the home side and visitors respectively. This is Nutley. Crashes into Hindmarsh and Dykes. Appealing for the penalty. It wasn't forthcoming. Sullivan, whose long boot has been tested and successful in the opening half. This is Graham. Smashed to the ground. Good defence from the Sharks. That is Matty Hilda. was one of only 3 players in the Sharks outfit to play every game this year.
Go away. Wait, wait!
Oh, come on, Shane!
You must wait till I give the penalty. You can't rush me to make it.
Here's the me, Shane. How are we supposed to dominate? It's a dominant tackle.
Wasn't dominant.
And don't you just get the feeling this is about to erupt?
Yeah, because the referee's not telling the player what they are being penalised. He's going to create a problem himself.
Roy Friend in jersey 8, lining up Daniel Heckenberg. This is Morris. Another early loss of possession for the Eels. The Sharks are willing to chance their arm through Bailey, who passed Peterson, then
that's a
put back
penalty.
up to the winger.
That is a penalty there. That is terrible refereeing, I must say, Shane. He is going to let these sides get to each other shortly. There will be another punch-up.
Moving into Parramatta territory, 42 metres out from the place on the field they would dearly love to be. The Sharks through Peachy. Second man ball, Nutley searching wide. Hindmarsh is patrolling him well, moving across field with his opposing number. Lyon there also in defence. Moving the ball closer. 25 metres out, Bird plays the ball. Tackle number 4, Peachy. With a grubber making Graham play at the footy, and he is going absolutely nowhere, the fullback. And perhaps that is one of the more constructive set of 6 that we have seen the Sharks play out.
Yeah, hasn't had much of an opportunity to be involved in the game tonight, David Peachy, but they do need him there. One of the, well, the most experienced man out there tonight for the Sharks. Him along with Phil Bailey out wide. They need something. They need a spark out wide. Peachy's kick there, very well weighted. We need to see more than that from David Peachy, but
Dykes trying with a short kick off, and it pays off in the hands of Hindmarsh. No, it doesn't.
Here.
Nathan Hindmarsh is disgusted. We will have another
Steve,
look at it.
On your tackles, mate, they're very borderline. I want you to concentrate
This
and get
one
it
here
down.
just gets there just in the nick of time. He's saying there he touched
Wait
it with his
there,
right
Darren.
hand. It's very close. Just watch how
Get your head
quickly
in.
here
Get your head in.
Parramatta
Use
break.
weight. Weight. Out.
Sullivan from the scrum base finds Bird one wider. It is Phil Bailey, the origin bolter of 2003. Bird again searching the short side.
They need to go 2 passes wide here, Cronulla.
Galloway lined up and hit by Heckenberg. Crouches there too. Short side, a show of strength from the Sharks. They are repelled. Tackle number 4, running out of options. Poor ball from acting half, well picked up by Sullivan. It has been lost.
Marcus locking, you hold here.
And that is a golden opportunity for Cronulla that has been let go.
well, they didn't make the Parramatta defence work real hard there. Made it pretty easy for them.
Flop.
3 or 4 negative runs.
Yes, Dave. Come here. Come here. Listen. 3 and 4 times, your players are making the tackle, then they're jumping back on. That is not acceptable.
They're getting
Not
on their hands and knees, and you're not making it a dominant tackle for us. They're getting up and playing the ball. Apparently that's a dominant tackle.
Listen, don't, come here, come here. Don't wave your hands to start with, okay? Don't wave your hands.
That's how I talk, Shane, that's how I talk.
That's right, listen to me. Listen to me now,
Yeah.
okay? The dominant tackle in here, okay? They've got to get off. Got to get off, no,
They're
there you go.
They're getting on their hands and knees, then there's dominant tackle.
Dave, come here. There you go. No. There you go. There you go.
Peachy's
There you
got
go.
10.
Dave Peachy.
David Peachy continues to walk up the
He's
tunnel.
off.
He
He's
has
off.
been sent.
He's off. He's off.
Peachy has been
No,
sent.
He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. Doesn't talk to me like that.
Let me tell you that Shane Hayne walked David Peachy 10 metres, then he said something to him.
Wait.
He shouldn't have been walked the first 10 metres anyway.
Elocution lessons.
What about else? No, you've got to be able to explain to the player what is going on. It's just going to treat him like that. Now he's going to have some problems. Now, how can he penalise that? He hasn't even seen it. He is going to have dramas.
Push it in there.
The penalty count, 10-4 in favour of Parramatta. And they are against a 12-man Cronulla outfit for descent. David Peachey, their captain, will spend the remainder of this contest in the dressing sheds.
Well, that was 3 penalties in a row against the Cronulla side for holding down in the play the ball. No doubt that Chris Anderson said after what happened in the first half, they were so dominant around that play the ball area, Parramatta. Chris Anderson would have said, we've got to slow them down.
Crouch ducks under a high one. Did not connect. If it had of, his head would have been at Wentworth, Phil. Another.
Come in. Come in.
Nutley's been given 10. The Sharks are down to 11 men.
No.
The Cronulla bench is becoming a very populated area, and against 11 men, Jason Moody, in his last appearance at Parramatta Stadium, finds the try line to confirm a victory for the Eels.
And good play really by Parramatta down that right-hand side. Jason Moody, a very, very happy man, but up against 11 men. It's not a good sight for the Cronulla side now. One man sent from the field and David Peachey, and then Nutley for 10 minutes. Watch the great flick ball here by Jamie Lyon. Watch that there. That's great work there. Reeks in no position to make the tackle at the same time. They've got to spread the field, Greg, and they just can't do it with only 11 men out the field.
No, they can't spread across the field with 11 men, Gary.
As Witt looks to continue his perfect run with the boot from the sideline. Not this time as the rain continues to fall at Parramatta. There's a dangerous sign for the Eels in missing the goal, and the face tells a painful story. Michael Witt is headed to the sideline on the opposing side of the ground. He's kicked the ground on the way through, and Michael Witt is off. James Webster coming onto the field. And if it wasn't so simple, you wouldn't think it could be that serious. Heckenberg getting steam up and charging into this inexperienced Cronulla side. Phil Bailey out there, the senior man now, and the Eels are running riot. This is Ashley Graham. They won't catch him. They won't stop him. And it is all too easy for the home side. 2 tries in 3 minutes. And it is only going to get worse for the Sharks.
Well, they had problems with 13 men on the field down their right-hand side, but with 11 men, it's no contest. Parramatta sticking to their plan, attacking the right-hand side. Phil Bailey, Jared Anderson, just outnumbered. Great ball by Lee Hopkins. Adam Dykes gets it out to Ashley Graham. And there's just not enough Cronulla players on the field. There's no cover there.
29 minutes to go. You'd say that Parramatta's certainly going to run away with the points in this game now.
Adam Dykes missing with his 3rd attempt at goal in his long and illustrious career. The scoreline remains after 52 minutes. It is the Eels 32. The Sharks 4. There is Michael Witt on the sideline. Almost an embarrassing injury. Kicking the ground on the way in for the conversion. In fact, it looks like the right knee. Dr. Michael Johnson casting an eye over the right knee of Michael Witt. He'll be off for MRI scans, one would suggest first thing Monday morning. The very cautious and long-serving Dr. Johnson overlooking that. We've gone high. Heckenberg continues on.
14. There you go. That was here.
2 Sharks sent from the field in the matter of minutes. They are now down to just 10. This is going to border on a game of Oztag.
Well, here's the tackle here. He has got him high.
He hasn't missed.
He hasn't missed, but he's kept on running. This is like a game of soccer. I just wonder how fast the scoreboard can tick over here now, Greg, because if I was Parramatta, and I would be very excited if I was a forward, because I think I'd be coming up with a try sometime here tonight.
Well, you think at every opportunity Parramatta will be throwing it wide.
Parramatta went into the game on -66 for and against. That is certainly going to improve appreciably. This is Morris through the centre of the ruck. Morris to the line. He won't make it, but Jamie Lyon will. Lyon collects a double. And there is nothing that this 10-man Sharks outfit can do.
Well, you can only play what's in front of you. We could say it was a great try, but there's only 10 Sharks players out there. John Morris getting the ball, beating a couple of Sharks defenders. And a terrific ball inside to Jamie Lyon, who again showed great speed to get the ball into the in-goal area. Steve Crouch started it off with a good offload. Bit of second phase play from the Eels. And Jamie Lyon finishing it off.
They are going to look towards the half-century, and if they continue it like this, they will make it easily. But not with goal kicks like that. The scoreline is 36 points to 4 after 55 minutes.
I don't believe that one side can be 12 penalties worse and 4 only against. I don't believe that. Both sides are the same.
I think there was a couple of opportunities early in the second half to penalise Parramatta players for pushing the Cronulla player back down onto the ground in the play the ball area. He didn't do it, and the game has got out of control.
And the other thing is, the Cronulla players, look, you've got to feel sorry for the boys. They're trying their best, but honestly, they haven't had the ball yet. All they do is they're just getting tackling practice.
Hindmarsh, Lyon, straight through. Jamie Lyon is en route to the line, and that is a hat-trick for the boy from Weewa. The nightmare continues.
Well, I'll tell you what the referee should do. He should, don't even worry about going for the kick-off. Just stay down the other end, underneath the goalpost, let them kick off themselves, and then just award the try.
Yeah, Nathan Hindmarsh jumps out of dummy half. They play the short side because there's no Sharks players anywhere. Jamie Lyon, too much speed, even for Matt Reid.
All too easy from Adam Dykes. 8 tries to 1. 42 points to 4, keeping in mind the Sharks were first to score after 16 minutes, so it has been a 42-point run in favour of the home side. And for you suffering Sharks fans watching live around Australia, there is still just on 23 minutes remaining. Danny Nutley returns to the field of play, so the Sharks are back to 13. Nathan Kalis, the front rower, is going to run 55 metres. Now that is special. Call for the oxygen bag, call for the record books. Is that the longest front rower's try of all time?
Well, one of the Cronulla players went up to absolutely smash Nathan Kalis, and he's come off second best. He's got a big smile on his face. Only back for game 2. Just watch this. They sprint up out of the line. Watch this. Puts up the right arm. Misses badly. I think Paul Gallen is the man that came up with the missed tackle. Then he races away. Now 45 to 15 metres. Very, very happy. And just watch John Morris here do a little bit of a slide there to say, well done.
Well, it's all good fun, isn't it? All good fun for the Parramatta Eels. Look,
not only is it going to get worse, that was a clear indication of just how tired they are. Nathan Kalis, who is a fabulous footballer, very tough, but he would barely beat a tortoise over 100 metres, and the backs simply couldn't catch him. And we have a penalty right on halfway.
Maybe that's what they need, a solar eclipse. Just someone turn off the lights.
This is Stephen Crouch. Parramatta yet again on the attack through Nathan Hindmarsh. 35 metres out from the try line. Dykes scheming, one off the ruck. These Sharks have been worked to a standstill. Webster. Kalis looking for a rare double. Just on the hour mark of this contest. It could be a mercy finish. There's no fullback at home, and that perfectly suits Lee Hopkins. He is in for the Eels' 10th of the night.
Well, the Sharks haven't had the ball. Will there be a set of 6 tackles where Parramatta don't come up with a try? Playing with no fullback. Adam Dykes just put a little one over the top. Lee Hopkins was standing there waiting for it virtually. And that puts them over the 50 mark. Dykes didn't even go to the defence, just chipped, knowing that no one was going to be back there.
As Dykes now looks to convert.
And does. And you would almost pull out the mercy ruling from the rule book, because the Sharks have had enough. 11 players on the field. It is 10 tries to 1, 54 points to 4. And as we look to the record books, Parramatta's biggest win against North Queensland, 62 points to 0. That was in 2001.
But I'd say in 2001, didn't the opposition have 13?
I tell you, it was almost a year to the round since Cronulla scored their club's biggest ever win over the Knights. How things can change over the course of 12 months. The Sharks with 11 men. A long ball finds Peterson. There is no one there again. The Sharks in cover. Inside man is Graham. They will not match him for pace. We are headed towards 60 and headed there in a rush.
Once again, down this left-hand side, they just found numbers which Cronulla certainly don't have. A big long pass. Watch this pass here. Bang, up she goes. Oh, that was very close to being forward. Phil Bailey looks back at the referee, says, mate, you're kidding. Have a look at that one there. And he just rolls around.
Let's put it all into perspective. They had 10 minutes, 10 men for 10 minutes. Well, any Parramatta players that are low on try-scoring numbers.
You want to put your hand up and score something tonight? Is that what you say?
Really getting involved tonight.
The short kick not working for the visiting Cronulla Sharks.
Why they do that for is that they don't want to make the run back to the try line so far.
It affords an extra 40 metres to this Parramatta side. And here we go again. Dykes dropping the football. And for a change in this contest, the Sharks are going to get possession of the footy.
That is the first time they've had the ball in the second half. I just hope they don't get pushed off the ball at the scrum. Very unusual looking back line here.
Have they got enough for a scrum?
Just join again. Yeah, I'm watching. Get in. Yeah.
Chris Beattie and Danny Nutley, the two front rowers for Cronulla, both frustrated and both probably good men to stay away from for the next 15 and a half minutes. Bailey.
Just got to make sure the Parramatta players.
So guys, you're just lying there. You've got to get off. You're just lying there.
I tell you, he's going to square up 30 penalties to 5 now against Cronulla. The Parramatta players got to make sure they don't get too frustrated here, Andy. They want to give away silly penalties or put themselves in a situation where it'll give the referee the position to send them off or put them in the bin for 10 minutes.
The touch judge has made a big call there. He's called it dead in goal from the penalty kick.
Unsuccessful kick.
He's in a better position than what we are, but
wait there.
I don't think he was in the best position he could have been.
Backwards.
Nathan Hindmarsh has come out of that exchange, holding his right knee. And on the ground, Matt Hilda very slow to get to his feet. An awkward-looking collision. The Sharks through Daniel Dumas. Hindmarsh in trouble on the Parramatta right-hand side. That's the way they go through Nutley. Jared Anderson, a winger, filling in at hooker. This is Beattie. Short ball. Enjoying their time with the football are the Sharks. It has been a long time since they've had it. This is Dumas. Sullivan. Back to the left-hand side. Everywhere they look, there's Parramatta defenders. Jason Kent has tackled. This is the 5th and final play. Desperate to get the football back. Sullivan. Look for the drop goal.
Well, he thought he might as well go for something, get some sort of points in the second half. Michael Sullivan, I think he just thought, well, here, we'll just rub it into the referee a little bit and get a drop goal, see if we can get the ball back.
Would have brought them back from 7 to 6 converted tries behind. So.
Narrowed the gap to 53 only. Oh, another swinging arm in there. Nathan Kalis gets up with a smile. Crouch. And you can understand the frustration levels of the Sharks as Webster absolutely cuts them to pieces. This is Morris. The inside man is Lyon. Jamie Lyon is in for number 4 for the evening. The scoreline blown completely out, and one cannot help but feel a tad sorry for the Sharks. They competed in the opening half hour of this contest. Quite simply, they have not allowed to been able to compete in the second half.
And John Morris backing up beautifully of Webster. Look at this ball here, timed perfectly. And Jared Anderson had to make one decision, the one man carrying the ball, he had to take him. And then Lyon scooted away for around about 30-odd metres once again and scores another Parramatta try.
We've seen it a couple of times tonight. Doesn't it look good, Jamie Lyon in full flight?
Yeah.
This is the best he's looked, I think, all year, Greg. I think up till now, he's been struggling to find his feet out there. He really hasn't been getting a lot of ball. The team's been struggling, but tonight, I know they're only playing against 11 men, or sometimes 12 men, and then sometimes 10, but he showed an exceptional pace there and ran into the hole beautifully.
Nathan Highmarsh sharing a joke with Michael Witt and Dr. Michael Johnson on the Parramatta bench. Since entering the competition in 1947, the Eels have collected 4 first-grade titles, and their biggest ever win, 62-0 over North Queensland. That was 2001. We're going to have a new record by the end of tonight.
You just see now on this left-hand side here, the players have been called out from Cronulla to the right-hand side in defence. They know they get 2 passes wide. The Parramatta side will run another 50, 60 metres and make plenty of holes down the middle of the ruck.
Oh!
I'll tell you what,
that is cheap and that is high.
Nathan, walk away. Nathan. Just walk away. Just walk away. Walk away. 19. Go away. Go away. Just calm your side down. Not that they're any problem, but just calm them down. Just calm them down. Just calm them down.
Reece Williams is the man in question.
Yeah. Come here, Phil.
He's only a young kid too. Oh, he's put his hand up over the top.
That's okay. Okay, you've had your say. You've had your say.
He could be
now
in trouble.
Righto. That tackle from 19, I want him out here to start with. Come here, Rosie. Come here.
On form, like Crouch's tackle, Newton's tackle.
Yes, I know.
You have to send him, wouldn't you?
Mate, lazy tackle. There was already a bloke in there. You got him high. Okay, we placed on report. Okay, that tackle. Phil, no, listen. I want you to take a bit of control of these players. A lot of them are borderline. Get them down, mate. Otherwise, someone else will sit down. All right, take control of your guys.
This is only his second game. I know he's a school kid. I know he's 17, and he is very lucky to be on the field.
Well, Phil Bailey did say after the tackles that have already gone ahead, you'd have to send them off, sir. So he knew he should have gone. Now this will be interesting.
Working their way up towards the halfway line again. That's Adam Peake. It is the skinniest 10 metres in NRL 2003. It is down to about
have a look at that
7.
There. The winger is actually shaking hands with the centre. Have a look at them.
Adam Peake.
Very lenient with the 10 metres, Shane Hayne.
Short side, Violecki. Kalis is the man in pursuit. So too Paul Gallen, who wraps up the ball nicely, diffuses the situation. Looking to play an expansive brand, they will very quickly run out of numbers, the Sharks. They deny the Eels their 11th of the evening.
Well, that's the problem with the Sharks. When they do get the ball, which has been very, very limited in the second half, the only thing they can do is one off the ruck and then hope that they get a turnover down the other end, because they can't promote the ball because they haven't got the players in those positions.
Just under 10 minutes remain. Good ball from Bailey. Finds Matt Reek. He goes around Jason Moody. The touch flag is up. They have gone out of the bounds of play. And I think even the Parramatta supporters there were willing Matt Reek down the sideline.
Look, even with 11 men, they can still play football, the Cronulla Sharks. Michael Sullivan's still out there. Phil Bailey. They can still look to the edges. That's their only hope.
Stay packed if you're going to do it. Stay in there.
Matty Reek.
Need a second row in here.
Called by the touch judge to be in touch there.
Row in here. You've got too many backs. 2, 4, 6, 8. One more.
Down on numbers in the pack.
Go.
They are down to 11 men, the Sharks. Perhaps lucky not to be 10. Violecki out in open space. Crumbled to the ground. With a cramp, he is back to his feet.
Forward pass from the dummy half.
And the Eels have become somewhat sloppy.
The dummy half passes forward.
What Shane Hayne's doing with the 10 metres, and even from the scrum defence there, the Sharks were 5 metres offside. He is promoting the Sharks because that makes it more physical. He lets the Sharks stay offside. They're only back 5, 6 metres. They'll be looking to come in for the big hit, and they'll be in a position to because they're not being kept back their 10 metres.
The other way though, Greg, if he keeps them back that far, it's just going to be another 20, 30, 40 points scored on the board, which is supposed to be done.
He can't. Shane Hayne can't feel sorry for the Sharks.
No, you're right, but he's not refereeing the way he should be refereeing.
Jared Anderson. Loss of possession early in the count from the wing three-quarter. Perhaps the chance for Parramatta just to regroup a little bit, calm down, re-establish their dominance here on home turf.
Another one in.
Yeah, simple lost ball.
Someone in here. Good, you're there. Join in. Got it. Go. Join. Okay. Get in. Yeah.
7-man defensive line there, out of the scrum from the Sharks. Hindmarsh back onto the football field. Look at the completion rate, 16 from 28 for the Sharks.
Phil. No, Phil, if it's going to continue, you'll sit down. Get on side.
Interesting that you noted that, Greg. He is now penalised, Phil Bailey, but 4 or 5 other sets of 6, he could have easily been penalised. And then he just said to him, you do it again, you're going off. You're going to sit down.
They are back all of 7 metres, as we have illustrated. Possession, 61% in favour of the home side. This is almost comical, the 10 metres.
Well, it is. The Sharks were on the advantage line at the play the ball. As they were playing the ball, the Sharks met the Eels.
Look at them there. Look at them there. They are all over the place. There's players offside, left, right and centre.
The way to get round it is go round it. Peterson gets the ball out the back. He was looking for Lee Hopkins. Hopkins wasn't there. And the overlaps are there. The ease in which they're doing things is still there, but the execution has dropped off, and dropped off appreciably for the home side.
Well, I agree with what Greg Alexander's saying. Referee Shane Hayne is allowing the Cronulla players to stand well inside the 10 metres. He should penalise them. He's not going to do that. He's going to have more trouble on the sand with only 7 minutes to go in this game.
That's right.
Just trying to adjudicate how many you need in the scrum.
Yeah.
The Sharks with the feed and with the football, working out once again from their red zone. Chris Beattie, who on several occasions has shown his frustration tonight, and an easy turnover of possession on the opening tackle. There's probably nothing else you can do but smile.
Hang on. No, we need another one in there. Righto, put it in.
Almost a touch football under 6 bunny scrum.
Get up, tackle.
Lee Hopkins almost with a voluntary tackle, just on 6 minutes remaining. Parramatta are 2 points short of a club record, and Matt Peterson sets sail for the line, somehow stays in from the touchline and has dropped the ball again.
Tried to play the ball way too quick.
Parramatta, look at that amazing stat. Now 11 errors to Cronulla's 10, and most of those 11 have been committed over the course of the last 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's because it's a touch football situation that they find themselves in. That, you know, they're throwing the ball wide. They're not bothering about any hit-ups.
This is Gallen. An amazing night here at Parramatta Stadium. And it is on again. Johnny Morris and Paul Gallen starting to swing, then thinking better of it.
John, Matt, go away.
I think little Johnny's fighting out of his weight class there. Gallen far bigger.
Nathan, just go away. Nathan, take him. Nathan, go that way, mate, please. 12 and 9. 9. John Morris. Paul Gallen. Yeah, Paul.
Shane, Paul's resented John going into a tackle. There's nothing in it, and he's just gone up and he's had a few words to him, and he's gone after him. He's going against you.
Okay.
He's going against you. You've
Listen,
gone after him.
Tell me.
Yeah. Him.
Okay. Penalty's going against you for trying the first punch. It says here. Away you go.
And it just gets worse for the Sharks. The penalty count now out to 16-5, and the Eels looking at a record. Webster to Dykes. As Greg illustrated, not prepared to do the tough stuff and the forward stuff. 4 men. That Cronulla side in on the tackle, about a third of their side. From acting half, good physical body contact there. That was Heckenberg, Beattie, the chief tackler. Numbers to the right-hand side. Slowing the ruck down appreciably are the Sharks. Poor pass from Webster. Nice little chip ahead from the Eels, and Webster will collect. And the Eels, that is a club record. The difference out to 64 in the most one-sided contest of the season.
That's a poor pass out of the dummy half area. Once again, no one at home. Webster throws a shot along the ground, kick through. Then he backs it up. The number 18, you see him on the left-hand side of the screen, does a magnificent job in getting to the ball right in the nick of time. Turned through there by Johnny Morris. He got collected. Webster, good try.
James Webster, the boy from St Pat's Dundas. And we have more dramas with Shane Hayne and the Cronulla side.
About it, mate. The first thing is he's not actually getting 10, he's getting about 2. The second thing is giving you a goal for no reason behind the trial, mate. No reason.
Matthew, that's okay. Okay, I'm letting a little bit go. That's right. Let's go. Let's get on it.
Letting a little bit go. Understatement of the year. Award Shane Hayne.
What about the touch he dobbing on him?
You wouldn't have wanted to sit next to him at school. We're out to 70. The difference 66. With just under 4 minutes remaining.
You're not allowed to let a little bit go. He's there to adjudicate on the rules. If they've been broken, he penalises them. That's his job. I'll let a little bit go. Well, we might as well bring the other 3 players on. He's set off then.
It's a fair comment from one of the game's cheekiest halfbacks and greatest rule breakers. But no, if it was 100% correct, Shane Hayne has afforded a lot of latitude to the Sharks. This is Dykes. And with 3 minutes remaining, you would have to suggest that another 6 points is highly, highly likely, Greg. Heavy tackle. That was Jason Kent, a dominant tackle, a rare dominant tackle. Dykes looking to get past Beattie. Good tackle from the front rower. Old teammates. Phil Bailey is almost shaking hands with Lee Hopkins. Paying absolutely no regard are the Sharks to the 10 metres. Webster with the kick, a poor kick at that. This is Matty Reek on the left wing. The Sharks have worked themselves to a standstill. Anderson up the centre. An easy target. Parramatta have had 62% of possession during this contest. Another loss of possession, and there is numbers to the left-hand side. Hindmarsh to Peterson. The long flocks in the wind, and a poor pass in the background. It ends up in the hands of Lee Hopkins. It was sloppy from the Eels, but they maintained possession.
Oh, great work here by Paul Gallimore. He had to make that tackle. If he didn't, they were going to score.
Well, this is a bizarre game. You made reference to the Parramatta game last year or the year before where Bill Harrigan sent 4 Parramatta players to the sin bin. I've never seen anything like this.
Here we go again. Jamie Lyon. This is number 5. He too equals a club record. It is all Jamie Lyons. Since 1947, that is the most tries in one match by any Parramatta player. The record is all Jamie Lyons.
Great work, Jamie Lyon. He's had a tremendous game here tonight. As Greg Alexander said, he's played what's been in front of him. Young Beattie gives chase there, the number 10 jersey. Reek comes flying in down on this left-hand side. He had no chance of picking him up. He plants the ball down, and that's number 5.
It doesn't matter how many players you've got in front of you. It's a terrific effort to score 5 tries. Jamie Lyon in the NRL. Again, I'll say this is a bizarre game, but 5 tries is 5 tries.
On 8 occasions, 4 tries has been scored as recently with Matt Peterson against South Sydney earlier this year. Nathan Hindmarsh with a kick at goal. Novelty night for the Eels, if you like. Spends absolutely no time setting it up, actually struck it well as the rain intensifies here at Parramatta Stadium. And that will be the end of the section as far as this round 24 clash goes. Jamie Lyon has set a club record with 5 tries. This Parramatta side has set a club record with their biggest ever win. And that man, Shane Hayne, has made this a night of controversy. 74 points to 4.